I've definitely had experiences where I have felt excluded, maybe not intentionally, but I know a habit of mine is to speak up. I've always been that way. I was raised that way. It sometimes got me in trouble, but I always speak up, and sometimes people here at the company have not been very comfortable with having people speak up, to ask questions, to challenge people. If something doesn't make sense to me, or if the expectations are not clear, I'm definitely going to raise my hand or challenge other people as well as myself. So I've definitely not been included, probably more so for that than anything else. So it's a big thing here at the company for you to be an engineer or an apprentice. Usually in my experience, people go very far in this company if you are an engineer or if you are an apprentice. And those things are great. There's a huge investment to the company to have engineers work here as well as apprentices. I have kind of struggled in the 8 years that I've been here, to be 8 years in January of next year. And I've kind of struggled in that area because my background is architecture, and the company really doesn't know what to do with me. So I started out as a designer, and I got moved to an engineering technician, or I requested to move to an engineering technician, and it's been very hard for me to go outside of those two roles. It's been very hard for me to go to anything, say in the HR department, because that's not my background, and anything that is outside of engineering, it's just been really hard for me to move. What people have to realize and should realize is that people that have an architecture degree like myself, it is a technical degree. And I graduated from Hampton University in 2004. That program was under the School of Engineering at Hampton University. So there's certain principles and fundamentals that's the same between an engineer and an architect that I'm very familiar with. And I don't think that at this company, because we're not very up to speed or educated on what to do with people outside of those two titles that I talked to you about earlier, that it's really hard for people to really tap into their strengths here because they're not utilized necessarily properly. And so I have a lot of work experience outside of here. So I think when I first got to this company, everyone thought I was either an apprentice or an admin or some type of stereotypical role, just because of maybe the way that I look. And it's nothing wrong with being an apprentice. It's nothing wrong with being an admin. That just was not me. And so I had to do a lot of explaining of who I am and how old I am and where I came from when I first came to this company. So unbeknownst to a lot of people, I have a couple of tattoos. My husband works here. He has a whole sleeve of tattoos. It's really just something, again, that it's just another creative way for me to tap into my spirit. And I did have a manager early on in my career who saw one of my tattoos on my shoulder, and he just whispered to a couple of people, and before he became comfortable with me, he finally disclosed to me that he didn't know I was that way. And I said, well, whatever do you mean? And he just really did not know that I was a person that was into tattoos and had them. But it was the way that he said it, and he never clarified what he meant by, I didn't know you were that way. So again, there's a stereotype with people that look a certain way or that have certain things, whether it's body piercings, tattoos, too much makeup, not enough makeup, dress nice, you don't dress nice. There's a lot of stereotypes that are affiliated with people, and I think part of that is just habit from people, but I think, again, that diversity and inclusion allows you to just really get to know who I am. And I'm such a sweet person most of the time, and I'm such a person who just loves to laugh and loves to just to enjoy work. And so everything that I do, listen, I have to be here at least until 2046. So I'm going to try to enjoy myself while I'm here. And if I have a tattoo, then that's fine. But let's talk about it as opposed to assuming that I'm a different type of way.